My role this weekend is as a race director. So I'm in charge basically of all the starts of the races, making sure the drivers behave themselves, making sure we run on time, and hopefully everybody has a good weekend. Well, to be fair, everybody is wearing a mask. Social distancing can be an issue sometimes, but in reality, people have generally accepted that the wearing of face masks at all times now is standard practice, and to be fair, it seems to be working well. Every race is a challenge. I have to try and manage the necessity to run the meeting to a timetable, to make sure everybody does it in the manner that they should and that everybody enjoys it. And there will always be drivers that want to push it to the edge, and I have to make sure they don't go too far. It's a difficult challenge and a difficult balancing act. I think we do a good job, and hopefully the drivers appreciate that and they enjoy the race meeting. And we just have to be professional and flexible to make sure the meeting runs safely and everybody enjoys it and they want to come back again.
How do we work? We get from Martin, our race director, we get some reports going directly to race control. They do the investigation of the incident and then they send us a report. After it, we call in, we send a convocation to the driver and the entrant. We call them in. We have a hearing with the driver and entrant, so we can explain what happened on the track. Then we ask them to go out. Then we have a small discussion with my colleagues, my other two stewards. Then we go in and then we make a decision. The thing is, on track we don't make the mistake, we don't make the rules, we just apply FIA karting regulations. So for the rest we just apply it. It's hard, but they know they do something wrong. They know, so they have to live with it. Drivers and entrant mechanics, they respect their duty to wear the mask, keeping the distance. When they come in our room, they wear the mask, they disinfect their hands. So it's quite good, I think. I'm happy with it. It's like every year, they grow. Every race, they grow. They're going up and up and going better and better and better. This is our second race. First one was the Winter Cup in Valencia. So there will be 6 months, so we have to start from zero again. So I think the driving standard is already okay.
But generally, no, everybody is working really, really well together. It's everyone gels nicely, so therefore everybody's understanding everything that's going on, and there's no issues at all there.
Yeah, we are here in France, in Essay, so we know the track. This track is very good. Very long time ago we raced here, so I have two drivers in the Mini, and I hope it will be okay this afternoon in the qualify. We have two more heat session in practice session, and this afternoon the quali, so I hope doing well. Yeah, sure, it's difficult for the drivers, difficult for the team, but I think we manage with the organization, with the constructor, to make a good plan for the second part of the year. So we race every weekend now from the summer. So normally in this time it's free, but now we race every weekend, so it's good for us. So we start again. Yeah, it's very difficult for the French driver also, because in France not so many drivers with the Mini, so when we go in this type of championship, it's very hard for my drivers. So I try to find the best way to understand for them to go faster and faster, but it's very difficult for French drivers to go to this competition. Yeah. For me, is to learn, for my drivers to learn experience, because they are very novice, you know. So for me, it's to make the big races very difficult, but they learn a lot, and this is my target, to go in the final.
The circuit's nice to drive, it's fast and flowing, just nice and grippy. Get loads of corners are very fast. The second last turn, it's very hard to get right. Just the speed you need to carry through the corner. The third corner is very hard to get right too. You need to be smooth through mostly every single corner to get it right. Very grippy, very fast compared to what we normally drive in the UK. You have loads of grip, so you can carry way more speed through corners. Very hard. Mostly every driver around Europe's very good to race against. There'll be loads of competition, so really top 3. Get a successful European series.
The final is about to get underway. It's going to be a brilliant start at the front from McLaughlin. Straight in there from Benito into second place. A little bit of a sluggish one from Robinson, but O'Grady has launched his way into third position. The Irishman immediately having a look at second place as he tries to go side by side with Benito, and he's going to get there, is he? Tries to hold him down on the outside line, runs a little bit deep, and Robinson gets back through into third position, but the field storms its way through the first few corners, and there's a couple of drivers going wide there off the circuit. One of them in the background, I think that's Dalakian, who's gone a little bit wide and drops further down the order, I'm afraid. Bandwagon rolling. But it's Fusions 1, 2, and 3. What a move there from the 911. Cahal Clark making up another couple of places. It is a retirement, unfortunately. That is the 990 that's gone off there, I do believe. Or is that Clement Outram in the 980, actually thinking about it? No, it is the 990. It's Bosco Arias, and that's the 955 gone as well. What an unfortunate day at the office for Roman Kamyab here at SA, but he can shrug it off and come back for the next one in Valencia. Yellow flags down at the hairpin, and that's the battle as McLaughlin's going to lose out twice. First to Robinson and second to O'Grady round the outside. One, unfortunately, as up the inside. Oh, goodness me. Looked like the medical crews were coming across to double check something going on at the far side of the course. Because obviously we seem to have lost a couple of the drivers from the race. Bosco Arias and Roman Kamyab are investigating what's happening out there. Yellow flags are out at that point of the course. Finn McLaughlin is out in front. Robinson in second. O'Grady in third. Ramakers and Gillard. Gillard is going well. As up the inside comes Robinson. Robinson goes for the move. O'Grady trying to look at it as well. And who's that in fourth? That's Cahal Clark trying to make his impression. Oh, Clark is having a look on the inside of his teammate O'Grady for third position. And Clark is going to get there. Nice move on the inside in the left-hander. This is the opportunity on the inside line. Now Finn McLaughlin's going to take it. He gets into the lead whilst Robinson with 2 laps to go. That could be the ultimate move of the race. But oh, that is Gilter. That's Elio Gilter. So Gilter's got off there on the way into the left-hander on the penultimate lap, and he's absolutely furious about it. Poor Elio Gilter. He's been working so hard over the course of the weekend. But as Robinson makes his bid on the inside of McLaughlin, the 2 drivers run wide. They're side by side. They actually nudge each other, and Robinson goes wide off onto the grass. Robinson is denied victory. McLaughlin is now battling away with Clark. O'Grady is in the mix there in third as well. But Finn McLaughlin is going to take the victory in front of Clark and O'Grady. Sadly, a yellow flag infringement denies McLaughlin the win post-race, which hands victory to Cahal Clark ahead of Alex O'Grady and Tiziano Cugnini.
Feels amazing. Straight out of the gate we was fast, but I never thought we was going to be that fast to even be near the top 3. So it came as a massive surprise when I found out I won. I think the tracks are going to get harder. You can always get them right if you put your head to it. Just to continue winning, hopefully try and keep the championship fight relatively close.
No, it's good. It's good to be back, to be honest. You know, it's been a long time off, and I'm not sure the race was going to happen with all the problems we've got throughout the world. But no, it's good to be back, and we'll see what happens. It's good. It's been hard, you know, because in our country they went on lockdown, as everyone knows, and we couldn't go to work really because it was forbidden. So it's been sort of a rush to get everything ready, because, you know, for the last 4 months we've sort of been out of the game really. But we're back. We've lost a few customers because obviously from America and from Asia, things like this, they can't travel. Singapore, places like this. So, but it is what it is. We're here and we'll do the best we can with the situation we've got. No, it's hard this year because we've got a very young squad, not much experience, but I think fast and we learn all the time. But I think I'm hopeful that the results will be there by the end of the weekend. You know, we've lost a lot of the preparation time, if you like, the testing, the preparation time we've lost. The same for everyone, I suppose. We make the best of it and see, you know, we had lots of things we wanted to test and what we're doing, so we're going to go into this race. And to be fair, I think for everyone, this race will be sorting everything out, ready for the next one. You know, this is the first time we've sort of hit it hard in anger, sort of thing.
It's pretty good out there, but the track is changing a lot, so it's difficult to find a setup. But I think we found a great setup, so I think we're ready for the race. It doesn't have a lot of power out of the corner. We need to be smooth everywhere. It's pretty close at the moment in practice, with around 2 tents with 20 people. So it's pretty close. In the rain, it's good for me. I go fast in the rain, but in the dry, I also go fast. I hope to achieve top 5. That would be really great. But if we can score a lot of points, it will also be good.
Always going to be a tough one. The drivers come off the final turn in their 2 rows. And now it's about pacing themselves at the start. They come through in fine formation. It looks like it could be a good start, and it is! Away we go! Spinlow's going to get some support from Bart Harrison to edge in front, but he can't quite make it stick, and in fact he's lost out to Greenall and Harrison. So Spinlow down to 4th position as Santiago Valve hits the front as he did from pole position, and off the circuit goes one of, I think that's Heralin Neradini who's gone off there. He's run a little bit down the order. Yes, indeed, Neradini dropping down. So he's ended up losing about 6 or 7 places as he runs onto the grass. That's definitely not going to help the German move forward. He's straight back in it as Spindlow makes his bid on Bart Harrison. Up the inside, the door might still be open for Aaron Walker as off the circuit goes the 80. Unfortunately, that is Matthias Lacombe, and that's big damage to the side pods. And indeed, we've got Bart Harrison now in front of Aaron Walker and Marcus Thurzio. So it looks as though we've lost Guillermo Delgado from the fray, and I think we've had another retirement off the circuit there as well. As now Greenall's got into the lead, but Valve's about to lose out to Spindlow as well. So Spindlow has come through there into 2nd position, and it looks as though Harrison's already started his attack on Santiago Valve. Meanwhile, we seem to have lost Enzo Lacruz. I think Lacruz has gone off the circuit there in the 3rd sector. But he's far enough off the circuit that it's no problem as Walker gets through past Harrison, and Lucio round the outside of Harrison. Oh, and that's a retirement. That is Jaden Teehan. Jaden Teehan, the Dutchman. His day is done, and the Dutchman is already fairly fed up. But we'll see him next time out, of course, at Adria. Here he's now going for his move on the inside, though. None of that in the final as Spindlow charges forward and gets the place on Ollie Greenall. Ginchard still holding station in front of the 74 of Heralin Neradini, and Neradini makes the move on the inside of Ginchard. He will sense an opportunity to go for the victory, and he will not want to go for it. A little bit of a switch there from Spindlow, and Greenall pounces. And now Spindlow's coming straight back at him. Greenall tries to move across. There's enough space. They nudge each other, and they both go off. They've both gone off. Freddie Spindlow and Oliver Greenall return to the circuit. Santiago Valve is going to get past both of them. Santiago Valve, the Spanish driver, takes the lead. Walker's trying his best to work with Spindlow to get closer to Valve. Walker tries again on Spindlow, can't get through. Now Walker tries a late lunge into the 2nd corner, and Walker gets there into 2nd position. For Spain, Santiago Valve wins an essay. Brilliant results.
A dramatic race sees Valve grab a solid victory ahead of Walker and Greenall, and he'll be hoping to keep the form going to Valencia. First of all, thanks to the whole team, they've done a very good job at Kart Republic Spain. It's spectacular, and we've been able to give everything throughout the weekend, and we've demonstrated it on the track. Over time, we just went out in each race to see what would happen, and when it started to rain, the track was always very different, so it was challenging. In Valencia, we really want to go forward because in the Winter Cup we were very fast. We started last place and we made up more than 29 positions. So I think we have a good chance of being ahead.
we've been preparing by coming here for practice. We were lucky to find a couple of days that the track was open. Testing restrictions have been really difficult throughout COVID, and I hope really we can keep the thing going because it's COVID's coming back in a lot of countries, and just hope that things stable out and we can keep driving. We've been driving in Holland a lot. The track's been closed for a month, but that's about it. Mainly the tracks in Belgium opened, the borders opened, and we could go for testing, but racing has been different. Split events, some categories Saturday, some categories Sunday. It's just not been that easy, but things going in the right way again. I think it's going to go well. We've been getting a lot of new drivers. Honestly, I feel good. I think throughout the season we're going to get more drivers and things will grow. Valencia is the most difficult track for us because it's really difficult to go testing down there, far away. It's a long track with slipstreaming, and in Holland they don't really get that kind of feeling, so it's not that easy, but I think the other tracks are going to be fine for us.
Well, I have to say I like the track. It's quick, it's flowing, there's no any slow corners really, it's all really fast all in general, so I'm really enjoying it. It's really grippy as well. There's no specific setup I'd say for this track. I think every setup works for its own driver, and every driver gets to pick the kind of setup he wants to run, which I think could create for some interesting situations in races later on. Well, luckily for us we managed to get a few laps here in the wet, so I think we more or less know the lines and setup, so I think we're ready for anything to come. It's very hard, it's very tricky. I think you're just trying to find that extra bit of kart, or extra bit of anything you can really find in yourself or in the kart, just to find that extra difference and be able to pull that extra half a tenth or not even that. So that, because at the end it's so close that even a tenth can make a massive difference or less. I think on a track like this where it's a bit harder to overtake, I think it might be only between a few drivers, but only time will tell really. If it decides to rain, there'll be more drivers for sure fighting for a win.
Yes, it is, and we're racing straight away. Cunnington chops across on Levesque. Bradshaw moves back to the racing line. Levesque tries to get up the inside of Cunnington, and Bradshaw's already got a little bit of a gap as he comes up the inside line. Cunnington through into second place very briefly, but now Leger trying to get his way through. He now slots into fourth position, and Bradshaw has already bolted. He's got a massive lead early doors, but Van der Westerlaken appears to have come to a sudden crawl as his races. Oh no, wait, that's Andreas Hebert. That's his teammate. That's Andreas Hebert. So Andreas Hebert, the Dimes Racing machine, is off the circuit there. Platten trying to come up into third position past the Strawberry Racing driver as he assaults his way through onto the inside. Cunnington holds it round the outside as they catter together, and it looks as though we've had one of the Evolution carts come wide as well. Big battles, 2 or 3 carts coming wide, and it looks like we lost Ollie Marsh into the barriers on the far side. So Ollie Marsh has come off the circuit. Oh, and that's Luna Claret. She seems to be in some discomfort there. So Luna Claret off the kart and out of the race as well. Yellow flags will be down at the bottom end of the circuit. But Callum Bradshaw charging his way forward. Enzo Levesque in front of Guy Cunnington, and up to fourth place, that's Anton Fonteca. But certainly a rather disgruntled Luna Claret as McQueen and Meyer make their way forward. Forward up the order as the teammates now go to battle. Platten on Fleming. So Platten gets through on Thomas Fleming. That's for 5th position. So, that's another 2 retirements. Oh, that's 1 retirement at least. It's the 246. That is Eloy Gonzalez. And it looks as though Serenetti's gone as well. Beck doing well to look after his kart. And that is... Oh, Sasha Magé getting squeezed there by Ruben Moyer. Caden McQueen having got through here this weekend. Oh, that's Sasha Magé making another place up on Caden McQueen now. And he's made it look like child's play. He's now finally starting to drop Enzo Levesque. And that's Archie Tillett. Archie Tillett goes off the circuit, unfortunately, and his race is over. Well, a big shame for Archie on the comp kart chassis. He's tried his best all weekend, but it's just not quite come to him. So despite staying consistent and solid, his race is now done. Not far away, but crucially not close enough as Magé gets the move on the inside now of Fleming. And Sasha Magé moves up into 7th position on the penultimate lap of this Senior X30 final. Out of the final turn, he knows he's won it! Callum Bradshaw wins at Ornay-le-Bois! Domination! Thy name is Bradshaw this weekend!
Pure domination sees Bradshaw triumphant in the first round of the season, with Levesque and Cunnington sharing the podium after a sensational clean sweep for the British driver.
We sort of wanted, we knew we were going to be in with a chance, but we didn't think it was going to be this dominant, obviously. So to do it in this style in the first round is is obviously great. Yeah, I've seen him in practice and he was quite fast. I was trying to do the same lap time, and I just had like a little look every 6 laps, and he was just sort of going away, but he was just still there, and I was like, just keep going, and yeah, eventually the gap just got too big. I think he sort of went away too much, and it became really well. So we come to every event to win, so if we don't win, we obviously try and adapt to the next race and try and improve. So although it is very hard, that's always the aim. Especially to win a championship, you need to be consistent. So that's all our sights are set on at the moment.
As we say goodbye to France, now it's on to the second round in Valencia next month.